everybody. I'm Alan Kosa. I'm the principal designer of Alan Kosa Interiors here in Los Angeles, California. I'd like to share with you a project I'm working on right now. It's pretty exciting for a client that's in Beverly Hills who's in the music industry. This project's been going on for like 2 years already, and it's gone through a lot of evolution and changes, and it's finally come to fruition, and it's actually happening now as we speak. But I want to bring your attention to some things I've been doing and how the design process works in interior design. I think it gives you a pretty clear understanding of what the approach is and how you work through the process. The interesting thing about this client is this client's in the music industry probably for more than 30 years and has a vast array and collection of music memorabilia, album collection, CDs, including jewel cases, and all the awards and credits that go with it. This is an existing property that's in Beverly Hills that had a garage that was built in the 1930s. And of course, with that comes all the challenges of, water leakage, rotted beams, drainage issues, uneven floors, wanky wiring, you name it, we ran the gamut. So you start by stripping out the space and building an incredible space for this man who wanted a man cave. So anyway, I thought maybe what I'd share with you some of the design process. This is the original space. It's approximately 400 square feet. When we started the process, we wanted a TV viewing media area, a place where he can store his collection of music. And the other challenge was this man collected vintage pinball machines, and he had 3 of them, and he'd like to use them in this space. So we incorporated that in the design. So in the process, we created all these elevations and a lighting schedule, and that went through lots of approval and rejection, and finally got to where we are right now. This was the last lighting plan, which now has evolved to this. We decided we were going to do a beautiful coffered ceiling and a high gloss lacquer finish in this room. This is the whole media wall that has the album storage. This is where all the media turntables and mechanics are, as well as the CD jewel case storage and a little beverage and entertainment space. This area is this beautiful tiled wall that has Brazilian tile on it, which I'm going to share some of the materials with you. Anyway, some of the goals that we had to achieve was a place where you can entertain people in the music industry, whether that be artists, people that are affiliated in the industry, as well as friends and family. So in there we had to be able to stream music, play music on all types of devices, as well as maybe have video conferencing as well with clients that are not located in the location, as well as a place where he can work from home. So here we were 2 years ago. We started with these design boards, and we created kind of a moody but kind of fun, little bit industrial, retro space. In here are some of the initial design concepts with these dark walls, some really cool textured surfaces like tile, carpets, aged leather, and some really deep finishes throughout. These are also some of the original design concept boards as well, and a lot of this is still going to exist when we're finishing the space, and I can't wait to share that with you when I get to that next level. So anyway, some of the other things that we had to do in this space was to deal with ripping out that space and creating this beautiful new area. In addition to working with a really skilled video and tech guy, media guy, we were given all the specifications for all types of speakers that we decided we were going to do in the walls. And they have an amazing grill that you can paint over where it's almost invisible, becomes flawless and seamless. So we have, I would say there's, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, there's like 9 or 10 speakers that are in this room alone. So the other goal was we had to make it soundproof because it adjoined to the existing home, and obviously the family doesn't want to hear music at full volume and feel the reverb and the walls shaking. So we used a new material that's out there called Quiet Rock, which has got this great acoustical barrier. So it's the first time I've got to use it, and I can't wait to try it out and see how it really works. In addition to that, I just wanted to share with you some of these really cool materials. One of the things that we did is we chose this really wonderful high pressure laminate material from Italy. I don't know if you can see it, but there's this great texture And this is actually a laminate, and it's a printed surface, but it has the very texture of wood. It's resilient, and I've used it once before, and I was so impressed by it, and I wanted to share this with you because I thought that was pretty cool. And this is kind of in an oak that has a blackened finish. This one is actually called Toasted Espresso. And then this tile here, which I'll pick up, this tile is this variety of patterns. We chose 4 designs. What we're going to be doing is behind that sort of wet bar area is we're going to create this sort of calico design concept with these beautiful tiles from Brazil, and they are in a neutral palette of black, gray, and white. And that color mood is going to carry throughout the room with some kind of exciting color varieties like orange and you name it, greens, blues, but little kind of elements of color that will be introduced into that space as well. The other thing that we are doing is we're bringing in some of that industrial vintage stuff and elements, and this is a really cool light fixture. This is designed by Thomas O'Brien. It's called the Hicks pendant, and I love it because it's got this kind of vintage hand rub bronze finish and this old world brass band with rivets on it. So these are going to be on the back wall. If you come over here again, we originally had sconces, but these are now going to be hanging pendants that will be back here against this kind of dramatic wall. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you'll continue to join me on some of these posts that I'll be doing on this very exciting project in Beverly Hills. And join us again when you can see the man cave take total form. Thank you very much for joining me. This is Alan Kosa of Alan Kosa Interiors saying goodbye.